Hello, welcome to my third video doing this, where I'm ranking all the license plate designs from around the United States. Everything, if you want to make one yourself, and if you want to see what I did a little closer, I'll have links to those in the description, and where I found the source to find all of these different designs is also in the description. Anyways, let's start out. This is, I believe, the base design for Arkansas, and it's not great, but it's not bad. This is a good design. So is this. This is not as good, but it's good. Not bad. I believe some of these are similar due to some being license plate designs as well. However, these are not well designed. They are very boring, and unfortunately, as has been the case in the past, some of them are slightly cropped to the sides just because of how the site works. Okay, let me change the color here to be a little more because I can tell that this one is not supposed to look like this, but I'm guessing it had some like link. Unfortunately, this is. Let me see. Yeah, this is not working here, so I'll have to restart. These are not very much on the plate, but that works well for things like an antique car, whereas for a veteran, that should have maybe something more like this sort of design, where it's more than just words on a blank white plate. Because even this isn't a whole lot on there, but it serves its purpose well. These are not good, but they're not that bad. I might move some of these up later, but they're all at least to this point, these ones. Arkansas definitely has some quite good plates. Like, this works really well as a license plate. So does these ones. These work especially well, in my opinion. And that's why I put them higher. These collector vehicles are from Colorado are pretty good. Like, for what they are, that's about what I would want them to be, personally. However, these sorts of plates from Colorado are sort of boring. This is a really well designed Patriot plate, I guess. And this one, not so much. That's, pretty boring. Obviously, this is my personal opinion, and it is, a biased list. So I will let how I feel about whatever they're promoting as well also affect where I put things. And at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. I put this one in D. Maybe it could get better. Because, like, these ones look good. But this one might too, but the background not being there part of it, I just can't figure that out for sure. That's not bad. Colorado looks like it has two of every plate just because one's for motorcycles and one's for not. For normal vehicles. It's like these are... It looks like this would maybe be a little less than this from how the picture looks. This is a really good license plate design. It's their artistic, okay. Okay. This one's, yeah, unfortunately not so good. I'm not a huge fan of when they put, like, just a little bit of information under the standard plate, which is why it gets lower the more often I see it happen. However, this one, that's a well-designed one. So these two, I believe, are the same, pretty much. This one, the colors just don't work well together. I don't know why they did that. Yeah. This is another really well-designed plate. For an ambulance, this is fine. Because really, that shouldn't be what you should be focusing on when it's an ambulance. So, see, this one, the colors work a lot better. It's the same message, but it works a lot better like that. These two are very similar, but this one is slightly better, I think. This is the same deal here as this one. This is a pretty good Boy Scouts plate, I feel. It's got some actual design and thought put into it, whereas this one is just it's a big ol' nothing burger, that one. This one is a little more, because it has, like, at least the design there. And this one is pretty good as well. Looking at this, it looks like until we're getting to, like, the Delaware and Florida ones, it's going to be a lot of the better, higher side. I know this might be controversial, but I do think Alaska's plates that look like this are pretty good. I do think that the colors work well together. They're like muted colors, but they work well together. Yeah, I feel that way about it, at least. This one I feel the same way about the Cattlemen. And this one has a little more to it than just the design on a blank plate. Whereas this one is same deal with these. This is not a great Boy Scout plate, but it's not bad either. Like, you can tell that they put more thought than just slap a logo on the standard background. Which this one is. And this is not that good. That one's fine, I think. These ones are, for the most part, gonna go here, I think. Just because they are just a little bit of something on a mostly standard background. This one, for the standard plate, it looks good, the standard. But when they don't do that much with the... I do like, though, how they do color coordinate the rest of the plate with the logo. So that, especially for things like these school ones here, I think that works. I think that works well for these. That one's fine. I think that blue just doesn't work with the yellow, which is why I go for a collector car. I think this is a good look for a collector car, the same way that these are for the antique car. This is even. That's actually, they did do something with it, so I do feel it's a little bit better. This is not as good as most of the rest of the Arkansas ones up here, but it's pretty good too, in my opinion. I believe this is another standard Colorado plate. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I do feel that these are good enough with the colors. Because they don't just have a bar on the top like most of them do. It's like they fade it a little bit more. These are not the same. I just don't think they're as good, personally. But these are, again, those are nothing pretty much. I don't think these are standard here, actually, and because they are essentially the standard with nothing else put into them. That's why I put them where I do there. Same with this one, not this one. With this one. But these ones with the red back, I don't know why they're different, but they're pretty good, I think. Where this one is same as the rest of them here. And the farther I go, the more of them I see, the lower I'll tend to put them. For a firefighter plate, that's about what I'd want it to be. This is pretty good. I think this one is much better, like not even that much better, but a better version of the same plate, in my opinion. It's this one again. It's like the firefighter one to me. This is a good Colorado play. I think these are... I don't know exactly what happened here, but it doesn't look too good. This is for a disabled plate, this is fine. This is about what I think it should look like. It's very clear with what it wants to be, what it's trying to show. Yeah. And that's pretty good here. Okay, time for me. It's fine. Again, a lot of these Colorado ones here are... They have some thought put into them. They're just not that good, except this one is a little bit better, I do feel. And I think the color works really well with these ones, which is why I do put those ones higher, when I think the colors work really well with how they have the plate. Actually, these are these organ donor plates are very well made, I feel. This firefighter plate is also more than just some of these are. It's like a lot put into it there. This is another Ducks Unlimited plate. But Arkansas has these, so I'm not sure why they would have those, but I like these plates that have a little bit more to them than just the standard. So I will probably tend to put them a little higher. Craig. Okay. I feel the same way as this one as these two. I'm not entirely sure what happened with these, but I don't think they're that good. Excuse me. This is a good firefighter plate. When I don't have much to comment on, except these are actually on a plain white background, or almost plain, so I don't think they're that good. This is an interesting electric vehicle plate, so I put it a little higher here. But when I feel about the same way, this is a little more to the design. I don't think it looks that much better, but it's like, you can tell, or at least I feel like I can tell that it's a little more than what some of these things have put into it. So I tend to put them a little bit higher for that. Oh. This is a interesting plate, but I think it works well for being a boring plate. I think it works pretty well to be an interesting plate. I think this one's a little bit better, but not that much. And let's see. And some of these are going in here pretty fast without much reasoning given. But as I said, I feel about the same way for all of them. I think this works well for a farm in Alaska, for that sort of vehicle. These are pretty good firefighter plates as well. This one's not as good, I feel. It's good, but not as good as some of these ones. Like, the colors are more fire colors than, like, because these are bright and these are dark, sort of, if you know what I mean. These are boring, not gonna lie. But I do like the white on black. I feel the same way for a historic vehicle as a farm vehicle there. But I'm seeing more of this sort of thing that actually, for a horseless carriage, I feel this is pretty interesting. As I said, I might look a little harder in these ones, like now. I think this works better than some of these here. By enough margin. I feel the same way about this one as I do like these. Here, let me find it. I can't tell what plate this state this is. It's not a great design, but it's mostly fine. Yeah, you can tell, like, this is motorcycle version of this plate here. This one just looks like it has a little more in it. Versus where this one is. So yeah, I also put like those. That I feel the same way. But that one has like, again, that's almost nothing. These ones are like the standard plate, and I don't feel that good about them. I think this is actually pretty middle of the road. This one. This is a well-designed plate, I think. Like, they have more than just the standard thing there going on. It's like just the logo on a... where this one is not. It's fine. This one's... oh. Yeah, it's pretty good. This one's fine. For a intake motorcycle, this works pretty well. Same way of these. I feel the same way as like these ones here. Yeah, this isn't actually that much better. I just don't think this is a good plate, to be honest. And where did I put? Here. Yeah. This looks like another of the standard plates. I'm not sure what the deal with that is. but these work fine for motorcycle plates to be a little less interesting. But like these ones I just don't think are all that good. And even that isn't that good. I feel that belongs in B tier, personally. This is another good firefighter plate. This one is not a very good plate, I don't think. This is pretty good though. This is community college plate here from Alaska. And I think the colors work well together. And I think that's nice for them. I'm not gonna lie, this plate just doesn't work as well as like all the rest of these Arkansas ones here. It's a little grainy, so it's hard to tell, that one, but I feel the same way as those, but again, I'm seeing a lot of these solid D tier Colorado plates now. So when I see these, I will tend to, when I see a lot, I will tend to just put a lot of them together all at once, because I've already explained how I feel about them. And as you can see, I am holding off on these two because they are a little bit better than the rest of them here. I have a feeling that today might be an oddity in the fact that D tier might be more full than F. However, this one is not. Actually, yeah, this is pretty good here, too. Quite good, actually. Didn't mean to put that there. Actually, for a member of U.S. Congress plate, this works pretty well, I feel. For a disabled plate, I think I feel the same way as, like, these ones. It doesn't have to be that much more. I think this is a fine plate. This one is not as good though. These are pretty good for college plates, I feel. Especially from Colorado, those which has a lot of the Senate and Congress plate from Colorado, I feel the same way about them. I'm seeing some more Michigan plates and remembering why I don't like them. I already said how I feel about the mostly standard. Except this one was all the way to the bottom. And if you know what it is, you can probably figure out why if you know me. I feel the same way as this one as I do the other one, this one here, which is mildly messed up, and I don't know how to fix it. So to have done this, I feel works well for their plates. These college plates are mostly sea icing. That one's not good. These are not very good though. They're like more boring than some of these other ones. To even have just a normal background versus a white background will move it up a little bit for me. I think Arkansas has some of the best and some of the worst. That's just how I feel though. Let's see, I feel the same way about this one as I do this one. Maybe if I could see the entire plate for some of them, that would maybe also move it higher. I think this is a good Michigan plate and one of the few good ones. Because most of them look like this, and they're not good. Even this is a little bit better, because it has a little more on the bottom. See, they're all just not good. And I find that quite unfortunate, because I'd like them to be good. Even this, to have a little bit of other color, that isn't just a logo, moved it up from F to C. Because, like, this is, actually, they're also pretty solid C tier, I feel, actually, thinking about it a little more. Alright. It doesn't look bad, but like, just to have a picture of a college, no. These aren't good, but they're not bad. It's not, it's good, it's not great, it's definitely not bad. And now I'm seeing some more of these here. Except, over a street rod, this works pretty well. You can sort of tell that they actually did more with it than just something on the side that no one can see in this formatting, which, to be fair, I'm sure they didn't expect this formatting to be used to rank them like this. However, that's not going to help too much with how I'm ranking them. Because, like, these ones are... That's That's not where that one goes. But this one's bad. I wish that one was good because it's school vehicles. And I'm seeing more of these Michigan ones here, which are really not good. These ones were the ones I was looking for here. Alright, and these ones are also, some of these are sort of the same here. Actually not that many, but some of them, yes. Can't read this, so I might put it to higher if I could, but I can't, so to have the Capitol building, I think that works pretty well. At least for Arkansas it does. I think they did it well, which helps. Unlike this plate, which they didn't do well. This one is a little bit more. That does move it up. This is another really good plate, I feel. This one's fine. And let's see. I do think the other color just works a little better. It's the red instead of the green. That's my personal opinion, but yeah. That's fine. Yeah. This one doesn't look much better than C tier, but it's an interesting enough concept that'll move it up for me, as I've said. Whereas just having like that won't. But this is another. Oh, these are different national park ones. Okay. Oh no, they aren't. This one is the motorcycle one, though. From what I can tell. And I've already found some more of these and put them all here, which I do feel is appropriate. I find it a little interesting how there was a sort of really strong start with a lot of these ones here that are up at the highest, but then it's sort of taken a turn for the worse as we've gone along. I think these deserve B tier because they're pretty good. More than, to a high extent, that some of these are sort of just fine. I think for the actually House and Senate Colorado plates, here. They're pretty good. Like, that's about what I'd want from this sort of plate. Ah, here's the other Colorado ones. Okay. I think these ones are better. This is another good. Where did I put the other one? Here. I think they're about the same actually, but they're both pretty good. This one's fine. Not good. It's fine though. I'm seeing more of these Colorado ones now. And to have these without moving up and down every time, that's part of what pushes me to help get the higher up ones done too. Let's see, more of these. Alright, now I have to do some more of these ones. This one's pretty solid B tier. That's pretty well designed. This one is not good, but it's not that bad. They have a little more hits, at least as far as I can tell. These ones are having different color on the state name might help be used for like distinguishing them, but I think it works well. So I'll have them a little higher. Because of course, again, this is my opinion. I'm starting to see these, excuse me, Delaware ones, which I was talking about earlier. How does Michigan have such a good plate here? All of their standard ones are horrible. I don't get it. Either way, I feel the same about these Colorado ones as I do about these other flag design plates. Although I do think these ones are better. This is a pretty good plate here. Here's a Hawaii plate here. And it's sort of fine, just... Oh, I also have some of the DC ones here too. Bad Boys Club of America. I think it's just funny to have that. So I'll put it there. These transporter plates from here. That's that portion plate from Florida. Ah, I saw one earlier, but I'm not seeing it again. I might have misread. Might have also been a part of it. Anyways, this one's not so good. Neither is this one. This one is also C tier, I feel. For an antique car, I think this was pretty good. Alright, this taxi from Colorado, I think the colors work so well for that, and a little less good for the tow truck. These are quite good for the nature plates again here. This one's C tier, I feel. It's a college plate, so it makes sense. This one's also Alaska College. Again, that's a C tier. I feel the same way as this one, as these all here. Let's see. Another solid C tier school plate. And another. Arkansas actually has quite a lot of these pretty average C tier plates. This is fine. I feel that these ones are slightly better than most of the rest of these Colorado plates, which unfortunately these ones are also D tier. Except that one is not good. So yeah, we've made some progress here. This one's not as good, but it's pretty good. And as you can see, so far today, D tier is bigger than F. For an antique motorcycle, this is pretty good. I tend to like Delaware's color scheme, but when most of it is based on their standard plate colors, I will probably put most of them to F. I think this is maybe an old standard plate, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, yeah, that's another pretty solid C tier school plate, but this is a good plate. I think it's well designed, that's how I feel. I think this is a slightly better school plate here. Let's see, and now, oop. Yeah, this is how I feel about these ones. They're fine. Not great, they're fine. This is a pretty well designed plate here. I like how the colors fade into each other and what. Why can't more Delaware plates look like this? That looks really good. Don't know what that is, and it's not a good looking plate either. These are some of the boring plates here from Florida, so that's why they're going all together like that. Let's see, this is C tier. So again, these are actually, this is B. It's better. These are, again, that's another solid school plate. This is, Florida plates are fine, especially the amateur radio one. That's about what I'd want from those. I believe that this is a standard Delaware plate. Actually, this might be an awareness plate. No, that's a breast cancer awareness plate. However, most of these Delaware ones that are just the standard colors with, again, this is the cancer awareness plate, so I will put those higher. But most of these Delaware plates that are just this boring, they just don't deserve to go higher than that. Like these ones. This one's a little bit better, because it has a little bit more. But these ones are not good. And for that they go in low tier. But this is a good plate. Cannot tell what this is, unfortunately, so that will go down low. Same with this one. It looks like maybe the formatting messed up. DC has some good plates, like this one. And actually, let's see. This is a very good plate. But the ones that look like, you know, this are just not good. And I find that unfortunate, because they do have the option to have some good plates, and they simply don't. Well, for some of them. This is not actually the same, but some of these Florida plates too are also like the same deal, where it's just a logo on a plain background, and that's just not something I'm gonna congratulate. I think this is a collection of different plates, which I'd all probably individually put in C tier. These are the DC plates here. For, I can't tell if it's veterans or current active members, but I don't know what this is, but I think it's a little bit better than F. Fine. I'll put this Idaho plate up in B tier where it belongs. College of Western Idaho. Okay, makes sense. Fine, pretty good because it's college. This is another good Washington, D.C. plate. Alright. Let's get back to it. And again, these are some ones that could be good from DC, but just aren't, except this one does look a little bit better. Don't know how to explain why. Same with this one. That's just how I feel about them. And now I'm seeing some more of these bad Florida plates. This is good for an EMS plate though, it's pretty well C tier. Alright, time to get some of these good plates done. The standard Florida plate is pretty well B tier, I feel. And that's where I should have put this too, I feel. Like, going back to it makes sort of more sense like that for me, to me. That one's fine. This one's C tier. Actually, this is a custom vehicle plate, so I feel it. That, like, a more simple design on that sort of reason, I will tend to put a little bit higher. As you can sort of see, this one is D tier, but it's better than just that one. Florida knew what they were doing when they made these plates. Like, they're not that good, but they're not bad like some of these ones are. Anyways, this is a very good plate here. I'd put it to the same way that some of these ones up here are. Like, this one is not quite as good, but it's still quite good. This is a pretty solid B tier plate, I feel. Navy submariner. That means that you worked on a submarine in the Navy, I believe. For a tier plate, this is going to be starting to, you know, come down from these for like on just a standard background. It's fine. I believe I also had another one like that somewhere around here. Yeah, that was in C, but whatever. Anyways, let's go from here. Again, that's pretty solid B tier. This is C tier. This is D, but it's not that bad. It's just not good enough for C tier, I feel. This is C tier though. This is D. Some of these, like, mildly standardized, but not like standard university plates are. Like this one. And this one. And that one. I think that one just doesn't look that bad, honestly. As I was saying, some of these standardized or more standard looking ones are going in D tier just because they're not very original. I think this one as well. Same with this one. Actually, no, that is a bit better. I'd put that in C. This one, however, I feel will go in D. Same with this one. D. There you go. This should go in C tier. However, that one is another of the... I'm starting to see some of these again that I'm going to take care of real quick. This is A tier. Same as this one. And this one. Florida definitely has some pretty good plates. This one is very good. This one is not as good. Actually, yeah. I think that maybe the colors are just too bright for a plate. Not exactly. I don't know how to explain it. I think this is a good stylized plate. Yeah. It's a good Idaho plate. I just don't think those are good Florida plates. Same with that one. Which is unfortunate because some of these could be things that you'd want to have good looking plates for, and they're just not there. Yeah. Oh wow, this is actually starting to get pretty close here. However, as I said, these ones are not very good. Same with these Delaware ones, which I'm finding again. Alright. Back to some of the good ones. This is pretty well B tier. This is not as good. It's sort of just bottom of the C tier. This is like almost B, but not quite. I think I did that wrong. I seem to have lost that one again. That's unfortunate. This is A tier again. This is sort of B because it's like, I just don't think it works as well. Same with this one. This is one I was looking for to put at the top of C. Yeah. These Hawaii plates are... It's my opinion, I just don't think Hawaii has that good of a standard plate. I have no clue if people actually agree or not. And I'm sure a lot of people would and a lot of people wouldn't, because that's sort of just how having a lot of people having a lot of opinions works. This is not as good, but it's pretty good. This is a A-tier plate, I feel. I'm thinking a couple more of these here. I'm gonna have to do some more. It's still rare. Yeah. This is C tier. This is A tier. Actually, it's that good. The sunset colors work really well on license plates in general, I feel. This is C tier. It's fine. I like the message, but the plate isn't all that good. And that's why I sort of compromise with myself. I feel like these are... yeah. As I said, some of these on the standard background in Florida, which is actually, to be fair, not that many. Looking at although I'm starting to see a few more. Anyways, let's get back to this one. This is pretty good. This is another A tier. This one is B tier. This is good. It's not quite as good. Sort of weird looking to have that being like first person art on the license plate. It's not something I necessarily want to see all the time, but it's fine. This is D tier. This is A tier. Same with this one. That one's another A tier. This one's sort of not a whole and that sun phase is not good. This is A tier again. Florida definitely has some good designs, like this one is. I'm not a fan of, but I understand what they're going for. That's B tier to me. But this one's A tier. Florida has a lot on the higher end, and then all these as well. This is B tier because I just think the colors don't work quite as well. It is A tier again. This is C tier because I don't like being stared directly at by a dolphin, and it feels weird, and I don't like that. Oh. I think these are all C tier though. These ones that are like this. I understood. Okay, here's the last one of these. This one's A tier again. I think it works pretty well. I'm not gonna get into that yet. This is fine. Not a huge fan of Disney having their own. Yeah, but it's whatever. This is another of the C tier that are the standard background of Florida. As there aren't that many, I think they're all pretty well made because they are the ones that sort of make sense to do that. This is a D tier for a fleet vehicle. It makes sense that it's boring. This is C tier. It's not that good, but it's not bad. This is another good Delaware plate, which is too much not common, I feel. Like, they have a really good plate, a good plate, and some bad plates. Like, they're not even bad plates, it's just that they're so unimaginative that I can't get behind them. Like, this is another good plate from Delaware. And if they had more than, like, this on all their plates... Well, actually, this is Florida, but I feel the same way about this one too. This one's a little bit better, I feel, but... Let's see, I had some other flag plates around here, and I feel that's appropriate for them when they're done well. Here's another of the Hawaii plates. When you put potatoes on a license plate, that's A tier. Especially when you're Idaho. These are the motorcycle plates from Florida, which I think they work well as being that, which is why they get that high. This is the really good plate as well for the state wildlife and having the state animals. This is not quite as good, but it is still very good. I had to almost put that in S tier, but not quite. This one's sort of uninspired feeling. This is B tier. Never mind, it's for hospice care, which I would not have thought would have its own plate, so that interests me too. See, this is what I said. You put potatoes on a license plate, especially when you're in Idaho, and you go up. This is, yeah, again, not great. It's whatever. This is C tier. This is a very interesting plate conceptually, which is why I'm putting it in B tier. Former military vehicle, restricted use only. I'm guessing that's for like parades and stuff, which I find interesting. And this is B tier. It's not that good, which is unfortunate, I guess. This is D tier. These are B tier because they're for things that are, as I said, they're interesting. It's like street rod and horseless carriage. That's where I tend to put this sort of thing. Like the same thing with the custom vehicle. And these antique plates for Delaware. This is D tier. That's not good. And now that I see that there's enough space that I can do this again, I will, because it's easier to take care of all of these all at once. And same with these border plates here. This is another of the former military vehicle restricted use only. That one looks like it might be for motorcycles. It's hard to tell sometimes. Submarine veterans. That's enough interesting that I happen to notice to put it a little bit higher. But usually, for most of these, I won't notice. And here we go. Gonna have a little bit more to do there at the end, but that's fine. That one's also not so good. The same as that one. Oh, maybe I won't have that much more to do at the end then. These are, yeah, for a scout plate this is fine. It's pretty C tier. To have a dedicated plate for wreckers, I think that's, which I believe is like tow trucks pretty much. Just a different terminology from different states. I think that B tier is pretty appropriate for that just because it's an interesting concept to have a dedicated plate for that to me. I believe Illinois has just like a B-class truck or whatever. It would be qualified for that. This is a different form of the same plate. I think it's a little less interesting. So it goes a little farther down, but not that much. I think this is sort of conceptually interesting to have that sort of plate. That's not so good. It's not bad, it's just not so good. And here's that one. Excuse me. And this is another motorcycle plate, I believe, which I had put here, yeah. And I feel that's appropriate. Interesting concept to have a plate for. I think this is not very good, but it's better than most of the standard Delaware ones. I think it's interesting conceptually to have an under 21 plate. I just mind doing that there. For a volunteer firefighter, I think this belongs in C tier. This is good. Life plate, actually very good. Same as, I'd put this one and this one as like being the same amount of good. This one's sort of like just D tier. I don't know what it is. Maybe if I did, that would change it a little bit more for me. That's fine, I guess. I feel the same way about these two, I think. Do have a dedicated sheriff plate is interesting enough that it moves it up to a little bit higher. I think Hawaii's motorcycle plates are good. I think they work better. The logo works better on the motorcycle plates than it does the standard plates. That is obviously my personal opinion. But these are like the standard plates with stuff written on top of them for Hawaii here. And I just don't think that's good enough to get higher than D tier. At least for the most part. For most of the time. It just... If you're not going to do anything with it, I'm not going to do all that much with you. And I feel that's a fair assessment to make. Actually, a Pearl Harbor survivor from Hawaii. These plates make sense to me just to have a little bit higher. I don't think this is a great plate. It's not that bad. It's just not good. This is another D tier plate. This is C tier. It's not that good. It's not that bad. I think this is another like antique plate. And I feel the same way about these. So this and this, I feel the same way, pretty much. This is C tier because it's a little bit more than the standard. Unfortunately, that's another one of these ones. This is also not very good. And this is another misformatted one, which maybe I'd put higher if it wasn't, but like... yeah. As I said, these ones on the standard background are pretty much generally C tier. I find it interesting conceptually how they have some for specific Native American tribes. Sort of makes sense. I think this is a standard plate, which I feel pretty much belongs in C tier. It's fine, but not that great. This is a pretty solid B tier plate. This is another B tier plate. This is D tier. Another, as I said, C tier plate. This is B tier. Same with the other one with a similar design, which is right here, which I'm pretty sure one of these is going to be the motorcycle plate, probably this one. This is definitely another B tier. Actually, this is A tier. Another couple of the C tier for having this license plate background. This is a pretty good standard background. They have some really boring, just plain white backgrounds, which I prefer these two. Alright, here we're finishing up now. As you can sort of see, there's, as I said, these motorcycle plates, I feel it works well for. So I put them a little higher. Same as this one. Same dealerino. This is like sort of what I imagine a Hawaii plate would look like. This is exactly what I'm looking for in a plate. Personally, it looks good. It's well designed. It's well thought out. And it's to show what that state actually has, like this too. Like this is B tier, and these are C tier. This one is C tier. I realize I still have a lot of Idaho to go through. I think they're mostly going to go in D tier, to be honest. Same as this one. Same here. This is definitely B tier. Actually, mountain biking having its own plate is interesting enough to go in B tier for me. This is a good wildlife plate. I'm putting it in A tier. This is a pretty good A tier plate as well. Oddly enough, I have A and B tier almost equal today, which actually this is a little bit better. Which just sort of makes sense because there's a lot of very good and pretty good plates here today, and a lot of bad ones too. This one's sort of just whatever. C tier. This is B tier, D tier, C tier. It's hard to make up my mind sometimes. Whatever. This is for a state trooper plate. This is about what I'd want out of it. I feel that putting it in B tier is fair. This is another good A tier plate. This is D tier. I'm thinking that all of these, like, standard design Idaho plates are gonna go in D tier. So I'm just gonna find all the ones that aren't those and get them done. Again, this is an antique plate, and I feel that that's sort of to have a more plain design for them works well. This is also D tiered, honestly, but it's not the same as the rest of them. This is... I wish it was good. This is D tier as well. This is even worse. This is B tier. As I'm doing this, some of these that I have in like B tier, I would have in C tier if I wasn't trying to keep it into the context of overall and not just what I'm seeing today. Because knowing what some of them do look like, those are going to be much more heavily loaded towards the F tier. This is a C tier plate, honestly. This is a B tier plate, I feel. Same as this one. I think some of the colors just don't work quite as well on that one as some of the others. This one's D tier, it's C tier, it's same with these other ones. This one's D tier. Also, it looks like the French flag, so that would not help it at all. This one's C tier. This one's B tier. This one's C, to be honest. This is another not good plate. This is an A tier plate. This is C. I like that they changed it from the standard design, it's just they didn't do that much with it. This is also D tier. Yeah, it is. I was debating whether it is or not, but it is. Actually, this is slightly better enough that it's going to go in C tier now that I'm looking at it. This one's also C tier. Okay, so I'm just going to do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and then the rest are going to go in D tier. This is also D tier. Same with this one. And so is this one. This is the B tier. Because I'd put it... I view it the same way as I do, like, the Submariner one, which maybe I had a little higher, but I feel... I don't remember exactly. I feel that's fair, though. This is just not super thought out, I don't feel. Same as this one. And this one's pretty much the same looking to me. I understand that's not the same, but it looks sort of the same to an extent. And these two are C. And as I said, the rest are like on a standard design. But the standard design is sort of like how Colorado did it, where it works. And I don't see a reason to complain about a good design, because like they have some thought. It's not just like a logo on most of them, so I feel it's like fair to put them all higher than whatever into F, so they do have a little bit more than just that. And at the end here, I'll scroll through it a little slower, and as I said, I'll try to have links in the description so that you can see where I found all of them, so that you can see them a little closer, and also the link to the chart to make one yourself if you so choose. If you want to spend hours and hours ranking all of them like I am here. Obviously, I'm splitting it up over 2 months or whatever, so it's not exactly a super difficult task. It'll just take a while. But so far, I believe all of these have been around an hour and a half, and I'm doing that 8 times, and I'm doing like a third of that, so another half hour, so 8 hours and 9.5 hours, so 12, so that's about 13 hours total just to rank all of these. Maybe eventually I will decide to do a big long stream for 13 hours, if that's ever feasible to do, and do them all together. And maybe when I'm all done, I'll make one whole video about all, not about, but like cut out the intros and outros to most of them at the end. Anyways, that's that done. This is what I feel are the best. This is what I feel are almost as good, but they're good. They're pretty good. They're not quite as good. These are quite good. I mean, these are pretty good. These are fine. I would not mind having any of these or any of these. But like, the farther down we go, the less I like, and these are just like so boring that I don't see the point in their existence at this point. Anyways, thank you for watching once again, and that's about it, and I'll see you later. Bye.